Good, happy Monday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on RK News Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, we're going to take a look at your weather and see what your weather will be like for the start of your work week and your Monday as well. And here is your weather. Sunny skies with a light breeze for today.
If you have ever dreamed of having granite or quartz countertops in your kitchen, but thought it was too expensive, Bob's Granite Place can make your dream a reality. Granite countertops start at only...
After some sunshine over the weekend, it looks like we keep the sunny stretch of weather going through a good portion of this week. Nothing more than a passing shower tomorrow up in the North Country. Otherwise, we are mainly dry heading into next weekend. We're looking at temperatures today up into the 60s, much lighter breeze with sunshine. It should feel pretty good into the afternoon. And temperatures by the end of the week going up into the 70s, both Thursday and Friday. You will notice early this morning a weak front back to the west that will trail across northern areas with a chance of a passing shower later tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, we will be looking at temperatures in the 60s today, a cooling sea breeze at the coastline after highs near 60. That will develop after 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon. Again, a much lighter breeze than what we had over the weekend. This will be with full sunshine and just a few high clouds later on today. You will see that chance of a passing shower for the North Country either later tonight or during the daylight hours tomorrow. Temperatures again tomorrow will be in the 60s, although a couple of interior sections of southern New Hampshire could reach up near 70 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Not done there, as temperatures behind that weak system glide back into the low and mid 60s for highs on Wednesday with a northwesterly wind. We start to turn that wind back to the west and southwest for both Thursday and Friday. Temperatures up into the 70s Thursday, and a chance that a couple of southern areas away from the coastline reach 80 degrees on Friday. Pollen counts continuing to build here now as we go forward with the dry weather this week. These will only continue to get higher. We are looking at a scale of 12, them ranging from around a 6 or a 7 today to up around a 10 out of 12 by Thursday. Sunshine, warm afternoon, sea breeze at the coastline will be the cool spot later on this afternoon before again fading into the 30s overnight. A couple of notches warmer tomorrow. There will be the sea breeze again at the coastline later in the afternoon and the chance of a shower up north. There's your 7-day forecast. 2 warmest days Thursday and Friday. Sunshine continuing into the weekend.
Okay, and that is a look at your weather for your Monday and your week ahead. And now let's take a look at your traffic for this Monday morning and see how the traffic is looking like for this early Monday morning. And as you can see on 93 heading into Boston, you got a pretty smooth sailing ride. 293, a nice smooth sailing ride as well. 393, a nice smooth sailing ride between Concord and Chichester. 89, nice smooth sailing ride as well. Route 4, you got a nice smooth sailing ride with a few spots of medium pace traffic. Route 16 of the Spalding, nice smooth sailing ride with a few spots of medium and slow pace traffic. 95 from Maine, New Hampshire into the border Massachusetts, nice smooth sailing ride as well. 101, a nice smooth sailing ride as well. But, there is a traffic incident on 101. Right lane closed due to a crash on New Hampshire 101 westbound at exit 2 Hooksett Road. So be prepared for that. And the entry ramp to New Hampshire 101 westbound from Hooksett Road closed due to a crash. Be on alert for that area. 101 around the Bedford area, nice and smooth sailing. 101 around the Amherst area, nice and smooth sailing. And 101 around the Milford area, you got smooth sailing traffic with a little bit of medium-paced traffic. Route 3 around Merrimack, Nashua, South Nashua into that border, Massachusetts, nice and smooth sailing. That is a look at your morning traffic for this morning. If you do spot any other traffic issues, be sure to let us know so we can let our viewers know as well. And now let's get to your news. First up, New Hampshire hospitals begin dropping mask mandates as COVID-19 numbers decrease. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For the best roofing services in New Hampshire, think Derek Cook. Your neighbors agree. Call Derek Cook Roofing Specialist now for 24-hour estimates. Save $1,000 and get 0% financing. Insist on Derek Cook's Roofing Specialist.
On a beautiful spring Sunday in Manchester, Jillian Petrie isn't too worried about the threat of COVID.
I'm back to my normal life unless asked to mask up out of courtesy for fellow humans who may have a compromised immune system.
Once an unspoken reality of daily life, 3 years after the virus took over our lives, fewer and fewer people are now masking up.
For the most part, I'm back to normal.
And now with the public health emergency set to end in the coming weeks, local hospitals like Concord Hospital and Portsmouth Regional are dropping their universal masking requirements. Dartmouth Health, the latest to make the move.
We have been through a long 3 years.
Epidemiologist John Brownstein says we're now in a new, more endemic phase of the pandemic, where COVID no longer controls our lives.
As we know, pandemics don't end on any particular day.
Though reliable data has become scarce, state numbers show that active COVID cases have hit their lowest point since 2021, and hospitalizations remain stable.
We're actually at the lowest level of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths that we've seen in 3 years. And this is really good news because it does tell us that we have truly entered a new phase.
But Brownstein says with this unpredictable virus, it's always important to prepare for the unexpected.
We still don't know what is around the corner when it comes to a new variant or when it comes to immunity in the population.
And as Dr. Brownstein mentioned, even though we're in a much better place, people are still losing their lives every day to this virus. Data shows that just last week, 7 more Granite Staters died from COVID. In the studio, Ariel Metropolis, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Boston Bruins break NHL single season wins record by beating Philadelphia Flyers from 5-3. Wow. Congratulations, Boston Bruins. Let's take a look at this video.
So, you're putting a fence up in your yard.
Roger.
It can be dangerous and expensive to damage a utility.
The Boston Bruins are looking to make history tonight. They're taking on the Philadelphia Flyers with a victory. The Bees will have 63 wins in the season. That would set the NHL record for wins in a single season. The game just got underway. Jonathan Marshall will have an update on the score later in sports. The Bruins also have 129 team points. That's tied for third most ever. A win tonight would put them at 131, tying them for second of all time. The record is the 1976-1977 Montreal Canadiens with 132.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Congratulations on breaking that record, Boston Bruins. Wow. Missing 17-year-old from Nashua safely found, police say. Nashua Police Department said a teen who was reported missing was safely found Sunday. The teen was reported missing on Friday morning by his family members, police said. Police said they deployed officers, a police canine, ATV, a drone, and sent out social media posts to attempt to find him. The Nashua School District also sent out alerts to all staff, students, and parents. Police said the missing 17-year-old was reunited with his family. One hurt, home damage after shed catches fire in New Boston. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
There's just one name to remember for the best roofing services in New Hampshire. Derek Cook. Call Derek Cook's roofing specialists now. Save $1,000 and get 0% financing. Insist on the best. Insist on Derek Cook's roofing specialists.
One person is hurt and a new Boston home is damaged after a shed caught fire earlier this evening. Fire crews first thought this was a brush fire, but found that shed burning when they arrived on Dowdy Lane. Crews from multiple towns had to come in and help fight the fire as it started to spread toward a home on the property. The fire chief tells us this all started with a mishap in the backyard.
It appears, upon initial investigation, that the homeowner was boiling some sap on an old wood stove out behind it. Some embers may have gotten off, got into the shed.
That shed is a total loss. The home sustained some damage, but is still salvageable.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Skiers, snowboarders enjoy a bonus weekend on New Hampshire slopes. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you have ever dreamed of having granite or quartz countertops in your kitchen, but thought it was too expensive, Bob's Granite Place can make your dream a reality. Granite countertops start at only $29.99 a square foot, and quartz countertops start at only $33.99 a square foot, with hundreds of colors to choose from. From fabrication to installation, there's no middleman, so you save hundreds. Check out our website for styles and current specials. Bob's Granite Place, your place for beautiful stone countertops.
Spring skiers were happy to get an extra day out on the slopes after a pretty unpredictable winter.
Almost 60 degrees today. It's a great turnout for us.
Hundreds hitting the slopes on Mount Sunapee on Sunday after the ski area extended its season one last weekend. Some say they're making up for lost time.
I haven't gotten here as much as I wanted to this year, and the last 3 days have been pretty good, and this is the best one so far.
The ski area opened for the season just before Thanksgiving.
So I got chocolate or cinnamon sugar.
General Manager Peter Dish says it's been one of their longest seasons yet.
Weather was a little topsy-turvy at the beginning, and March just turned out to be an awesome month for us. We got tons of natural snow. We had our first nor'easter of the year, and thanks to the hardworking members of our team, we were able to extend for this bonus weekend today.
Lisa Nevins and her family have been coming here for nearly 30 years.
Very much a family tradition for us.
Is it?
We, all our kids grew up skiing here, racing here. We've been ski coaches here, and so we always end the season here at Mount Sunapee doing this. It's a lot of fun.
The mountain hasn't been open up to Easter in the past couple of years. We just haven't had the snow, so this is great. Whole family, a couple different generations of little skiers.
And today was the last day of the extended season, but season passes for next year are already on sale. In Newbury, Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Dozens of children reunited to their Ukraine families. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
If you're an undercover agent, you need to be undercover.
In position.
And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
In pursuit.
The war in Ukraine and emotional scenes as more than 24 children are reunited with their families. Some mothers seeing their children for the first time in months after they were allegedly taken from their homes and moved to Russian-occupied territories. Russia is accused of abducting the children, but Russian officials say that they were removed to keep them safe. ABC's Tom Sophie Burge has the latest from Ukraine.
Tonight, an emotional reunion. More than 30 Ukrainian children rescued by their mums from Russia. NGO Save Ukraine saying it made the mission possible, with Natalia traveling through Russia to rescue her twin daughters from a summer camp in Russian-occupied Crimea. Dasha and Alyona, aged 13, moved there when their city was occupied by Russian forces. They then couldn't leave. 19,000 Ukrainian children illegally deported to Russia during the war, according to Ukrainian officials. President Putin accused of facilitating the deportations and now facing war crimes charges at The Hague. It comes amid a different kind of rescue in southern Ukraine. Emergency crews pulling a mum alive from the rubble of her home in Zaporizhia. A Russian missile killing her husband and 11-year-old daughter. In Kharkiv, evidence of months of bombardment on full display.
The remnants of Russian missiles which have hit Kharkiv are all around me, stored here as evidence of alleged war crimes. But check out the scale of Russian attacks on one single city.
And that mass US intelligence breach unravelling this weekend, with ABC News reviewing more than 30 pages of what appear to be classified documents published online. Tonight, these documents that ABC News has reviewed appear to show evidence of the US not only spying on its enemies, but also its allies. The documents seem to contain references of what leaders in Russia, as well as Ukraine and other allies, were saying in their internal discussions.
Lindsay, ABC News is still trying to authenticate the documents and work out if they were doctored. Lindsay?
Tom, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on RK News Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.